So we've arrived at the band phase of game number 6. Now, this is the first time that we've had a Game 6 that does not result in the end of the tournament if one of the teams loses. So that's pretty cool. So let's see what the bans are looking like. Well, it would seem that the first ban is going to be Hoopa. That makes sense. Hoopa is quite powerful if used in the correct hands. So let's see what else we get banned. Alright, so we have banned Buzzswole, and it looks like Frank the Wolf is going to be banning Dragapult. Okay. So I guess we really just don't like Dragapult, even though I haven't seen Dragapult really do all of that much. And what will the final ban be? What will it be? It looks like the final ban will be Trevenant. That is a very, very powerful ban. And Frank the Wolf is switched with Waffles to be first pick, and Frank is going to lock in Clefable. This is that Clefable that won them that game and nearly swung the momentum back in their favor last week. So, let's see what is the counter pick to this Clefable. Well, it looks like the counter pick is going to be Crustle from Eli, because Crustle has just gone so well for him today. And Bray is going to pick Wigglytuff. You know, the Pokemon that was memed relentlessly and ended up resulting in, you know, the new team name for the opposing team. So here we have Zera picking Delphox and Sceptile on the Metagross pick here. This means that Zera will definitely be picking, or switching with Red Blood Fox, as Red Gates is going to pick Inteleon? And Lionheart's gonna pick Sylveon here. Well, I gotta say, this doesn't seem to line up with, you know, what Red Gates would pick. I can't say that this Inteleon pick is, the most solid choices for him. And he's working on putting items, but, we'll see if he's able to. Red Blood Fox is going to pick Blastoise, and Waffles is still going to remain on Pikachu. This results in Creeper picking maybe a jungler? I don't know. I don't personally think Inteleon does very well in lane. So I really hope that Creeper goes for a laner, and it does look like Creeper does do it. I didn't mean to pick it. Oh no. Ray has bamboozled herself and picked the wrong Pokemon. Alright, well, Creeper is going to pick Gyarados, which is the Pokemon that we have seen Creeper play the most on this channel. So here we go. This should be a pretty interesting match. I do think that fortune favors the team on the left this game. I do think Frank the Wolf's Clefable is not something to be slept on. Not only that, you know, Blastoise is very good, but Zera needs to recognize that he has no items on, and he really, really needs to put some items on really quickly. Alright, so here we go. We have the fabled Frank the Wolf Clefable. The Pokemon that turned around the Pokemon that turned around, well, nearly turned around last week's match and resulted the match that would have been a 5-0 with a 5-1 instead. In response to this, Ray's Wigglytuff has never been seen before, so we're not sure how this one's gonna go. But Wigglytuff's not a healing support; it's more of a status ailment support, which means that the longevity of the bottom team is going to be reduced in a fair fashion. Also, very, very important to note is Red Gates is playing Inteleon, which is not really what I would imagine Red Gates would pick. That doesn't seem like a Pokemon that matches his style. Well, let's follow around that Inteleon. Tragically, I do have to do it this way, otherwise it will force me to, you know, lock into one Pokemon for the remainder of the game. Alright, so Red Gates is choosing to go into the jungle with Inteleon. Alright, so he's got a very specific jungle clear, and he's already doing it in this way, which is interesting. So here we go. Let's see what he's looking at. He's looking at this Escavalier. He's using his moves to defeat it with like some auto attacks, and we already have someone scoring, it looks like. Let's check what lane it was. It looks like it was top lane, and it looks like the blue team scored, presumably to start stacking, because they got 2 points. Now worth noting is that this Magikarp is already over halfway to evolving, and Ray is here doing a great job of supporting it. And we have our first jungler rotation. Here we go. The Altarias spawn in a couple of seconds here, and it's very important to note that they spawn in the center at exactly 8 minutes and 50 seconds. Red Gates is going to go in, but he's gonna die, and looks like the team on the left was a little bit more prepared for this, as they are gonna pick up all 3 KOs in the bottom, and that's gonna be huge. And now we should really rotate top to see what's going on up here, as the bot lane is just going to pick up more farm. Well, it looks like we have some defensive gameplay, you know, just waiting for things to spawn. Getting some experience that way is always a good thing. Red Gates is going to try and get more of his jungle buffs back, and that's always fine and dandy, right? And now we should have the center objective spawning, and it looks like Frank and Waffles are both here to help Sceptile with it. But Sceptile, for whatever reason, decided halfway through that he didn't want to go for it. Now he's going to try and not fight Red Gates, as Red Luck Fox comes in to save the day, and actually does pick up the KO on Red Gates. And the team on the left has 69 points already. And now Pikachu is going to actually go top and pick up a double KO on the top laners here. And, yikes, that's really scary. Alright, but Creeper has become a Gyarados, and this is very, very noteworthy. You gotta be careful of the Gyarados, because Gyarados is a very strong Pokemon at every stage of the game. Gyarados is now fighting Zera in the bush, but Red Luck Fox is level 8 and has fire moves that say, Gyarados, nah, you should be spinning around in a circle over and over again. And then I'm going to blast you with my other fire move, and Ray has hit level 5. Red Gates is going to go in and get fire spun, which is very unfortunate. He needs to realize that he is not playing a tanky mon, he's more playing a backline defender. As Metagross is going to rip the Unite immediately, we're going for points here. And we're going to break this bottom goal, and then we're going to go straight to the objective. This is looking like a very, very strong start for the team on the left. Yeah, and this is just going to be too much. This Registeel is not going to survive, and the team on the left is going to get that experience. However, up in the top, we do have a 3v2 mismatch here, and it's going to come down to if Red Gates is going to be able to hit any snipe shots, but it doesn't. Oh, hold on. Let's see. Okay, he's missed a shot there on Zera. And now we're going to have, oh my gosh, great coordination, as they're going to be able to push that Pokemon into the Unite from the Delphox as Red Gates misses another shot. And now Wigglytuff is going to exist, but Red Gates picks up that shot on the Delphox, and now Red Gates is going to shoot this Pokemon, and he's going to shoot that Pokemon, and he's blasting. Pikachu's going to pick up the KO on Gyarados, but Red Gates is too close. He's a sniper, and he's got to realize what snipers do. They don't go in. They fight from a distance. You got to be careful there. And as a result, you died like a fool, and now you're looking like a fool. And look at this. Lionheart is absolutely blasting with the Hyper Voice, but Creeper is back, and level-wise, this is actually more even than I thought it would be at this stage of the game, to be honest. However, we're going to start blasting again. We have a Unite coming out from the Metagross, I think. I don't know who used the Unite there, but that's definitely a Delphox Unite that we're looking at on the goal. They're all low, and here is another big damage. Pikachu's going to pick up the KO on Gyarados, and we're running it into their goal. Oh my goodness, we're running it down. Alright, well, that's not gonna be the, the objective, however, as we are going to now back up and go for a Lecky. Tragically, however, the entire red team says, nah, 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 don't do that. Alright, so Pikachu is going to try and release its Unite move. However, Gyarados is going to get in there and get the KO on the Regieleki by unleashing its own Unite move. That being said, they are going to be able to handle this with relative ease, it looks like, as this thing goes down fast. Alright, now it is time for the bottom objective. Looking at the levels, now the team on the left is back in a commanding lead as far as experience is concerned. Wigglytuff is already down here trying to get the solo on Registeel, but tragically Wigglytuff just does not do the damage to get that done in time. Gray's got to get out of there. She's going to use her X-Speed and also Sing, so they will leave her alone. She's going to get out of there alive, but tragically for us, the Registeel is not. And that is going to result in what is very, very likely going to be the second Reggie going to the team on the left. And level-wise, they are all ahead by at least one of their counterparts. You have the Metagross at 12 as opposed to the Inteleon at 11. You have the... Oh, well, actually, no, they're not all entirely ahead, but this is definitely a big level disparity. Gyarados is going to pick up a KO on the Delphox, however. This is not over, says Gyarados, as Pikachu unleashes the Unite move, and Surf is going to hit both the Crustle and the Gyarados. And let's not forget that this all-powerful Metagross is punching everybody at rapid high speeds. He's got the bullet punches. Shoutouts to Tough Claws, because those are things that Metagross does in the actual Pokemon game. I had to explain that in case people didn't understand. Mega Metagross gets the ability Tough Claws, and Metagross uses the move Bullet Punch as a priority move that is, it's fast punches, and it's... You get the joke. Now we have another fight coming for the Regieleki, and it looks like this one might get ripped a little bit early. Frank the Wolf's going to go in with Gravity and also Moonlight, and this, look at the power of Moonlight, just allowing the team to basically just walk at them, nullifying all of the damage that the opposing team is doing right now. And look at this. Reggie, the Metagross is going to go score 50. That's something they have to deal with. They're going to do it, but... in the meantime, there's 15 seconds before this objective spawns. Are they going to be able to kill this Aleki in time? Yes, they are. And the entire red team now needs to defend against this Aleki, as everyone on the team of the blue team has max points. Now they have a couple of options. They've got enough points to where they could say, what the fuck is a Rayquaza? And they could just go score it instead. Or they could simply fight their team and then take on the Rayquaza that way. They do have the level lead. They could honestly go for either. But it looks like Wigglytuff's going to go for a sneaky goal. She's going to get off 80 points in that top area. And what is going on here? What is this? What are they thinking? Well, we have an engage from Metagross here, as Metagross is going to go in on Creeper, and Creeper is going to take a lot of damage from that times 4 super effective Pikachu's attack. Now Frank the Wolf is going to Moonlight to keep everyone nearly at full HP. Look at the power of Moonlight here, absolutely keeping everyone alive. And look at the opposing team, they just can't do any damage through this Moonlight. Moonlight is really just that powerful. And Frank the Wolf is low, and Frank the Wolf will finally faint, but it doesn't matter, because the entirety of the red team has fainted. And honestly, it looks like they might just opt to go score instead of going for the Rayquaza. They could have backed off there, and I honestly understand the logic either way. Like, if you go for Rayquaza, sure, if you get it, you win the game on the spot. If you don't get it and they steal it, you can lose. But, that being said, it's going to be really hard to score these points in this time. Looks like we're going to have a score come out from the Sylveon here, and it looks like Frank the Wolf's trying to contest this Rayquaza here. Okay, so is it going to be a Rayquaza fight, or is it not going to be a Rayquaza fight? Frank the Wolf's using Moonlight. He's going to probably faint here, but he's going to get out alive just barely with the power of gravity, and the team on the right is going to get Rayquaza here. All right, they need to run it and score. They only have a couple of seconds left. They only have a couple of seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 second left. Gyarados scores 100. Who wins the game? Who wins the game? And the team on the right, after the Rayquaza, just barely ekes it out. I mean, the 100 points at the game didn't really matter, but I don't know. It just seems to me like